Very well.
All right. Howdy, everyone. I'm just trying to see if my YouTube's going to do stupid things. Anyway, it is. There we go. Look at that. And caught it. Okay, it is No Quarter, episode 49 of Crow's Nest. And this one's called Thinking Wrong Thoughts. So we'll say howdy to everyone who's here. And as usual, the link's in the YouTube chat. But lots of people are chatting. So if you want to jump in, scroll up, I guess. So we'll say howdy, Cuttlefish.
Hello, everyone.
And howdy, Simba Dakota.
Hello.
And howdy, Ross Crow.
Good evening.
I'm next. I'm RB. Howdy, Killswitch.
Hello.
And we've got Damnation with his nice new emoji.
Oh, what's up?
So, luckily, this week, Kixeye has provided us lots of content to talk about. So, I guess we'll start off with the Wrong Thinker post and the changes that are going to happen and what they've been working on, etc., etc. So, has everyone seen that? And what do you think?
I don't know. More stuff that still doesn't really make any sense.
I'm going to have to see it in action, in all honesty, before. This is nice, but this isn't enough information for me to make a really good call on this. I fully acknowledge the fact that something needed to change. I just don't know how well this is going to work. So count me as skeptical.
I always like a good dose of skepticality, or skepticism would probably even be a better word. Yeah, I find it, I don't know, I don't think that they understand what they've been working on, let's put it that way. And the descriptions are just not good enough. It's as simple as that. So to me anyway, it's like, they're the ones who've run the numbers this high. So I still don't understand, this is all their team that have been punching these numbers so high. So it's like, well, just don't punch the numbers so high. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, I'm kind of I guess I'll jump in. I kind of feel, similar to that. I don't like things totally being redone, redesigned, whatever. And, I kind of know of how they are now. And I just don't have that much confidence in a full releases like of that magnitude. I think the ones that do go well, we get lucky, and I just don't like the chances involved of the possibilities. Just not even ending up with what I consider decent afterwards is a scary thing. Depending on how many tokens they give you, or how much time, or if you're online at that time, or it's a whole lot of variables that I would like to get through. I guess I would like to see these changes in the game. I guess, I don't really know if I do. I don't like the difference. I don't like 99 or having a decimal point for defenses, but I didn't put us here. So I guess, preferably, I agree. I wish they would have not gotten here in the first place, instead of, now what do we do to get us out?
Like, basically, if what they're doing is just basically, from everything I'm gathering and from what Ren was saying Thursday, basically what they're doing is just behind the scenes, they're nerfing the defenses on everything as far as percentage-wise. Why don't they just do that then? Leave a system in the game that everybody's familiar with and just nerf the defenses on everything. And then put a defense cap in. That way you don't have to worry about it anymore.
It'd be nicer for me to, I'm just not a huge a fan of new things and change.
Well, in my opinion, they should just leave it alone as it is.
Well, we're capped out, and we have nowhere to go. So they do have. I see the point where they do have to do something about it. We're hitting defense numbers that are 99.6 and 7s, and
There's nowhere
But
for the
that's-
raid targets
don't.
or the PvE targets to go.
right. And we know that they're going to have to get harder because the ships. I mean, that's how the game progresses, and
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's totally their design that's created this, though. You know, you can blame it on other teams and all that sort of thing, but a lot of this has happened in the last 6 months. So I don't, they're just like, he talks about fixing the cause underneath and all that sort of thing instead of putting a Band-Aid on it. And it's like, well, if you're the one who's causing the injury or the disease, I don't care if you don't have to heal it. You just don't have to cause the injury in the first place.
right.
Like it's not that hard, and especially when you're going into a new raid format, that would be the easiest time in the world to do it.
I'd like to see them knock down some of the repair times on some of these newer ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a given every time. So, and it's
We all
interesting.
really want that.
Yeah. We'll talk about that when we go into the next part of it. But it's because again, it's a lot of words, and he is getting better at talking at a level that most people can understand. But there's still a lot of criticisms about a lot of word saying and not a lot, but which he's always going to get. But one of the interesting things that I've found is like, they're talking about that, that there was a whopping 60% of their community testers used the battle report. Well, 60% of 10, 20, 30 isn't very much. You would expect if a new feature that they'd been working on all this time would be used by 100%. That wouldn't be hard to do, and 60% is not much. But anyway, but then talks about the cost of things and stuff like that, and the transition costs. So, and they're going to lower the cost by talking about it a bit more. Well, thanks very much for sweet FA.
Incompetence at its finest.
You said you were going to rant more than this.
I'm saving it for the next one.
Okay. Very good. What about you, Simba? Did you have any thoughts on any of this?
They need to introduce it slowly. They don't need to be rushing stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree completely, but to me, we've only got one more raid of this cycle, so that would be a perfect time to introduce it with a new hull to say, well, actually, you don't need to get to 99% on this hull. That's one of the great features of this. Instead of changing, basically everything, it just, I don't know, what the stuff they're doing at the moment just absolutely gobsmacks me. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Maybe with the battle report in combination with this new system, we'll be able to optimize our ships better. Maybe.
I would really like to think that. I really would. But unfortunately, in my mind, and I don't want to have a whole show of negativity, but it's just like, we know we're going to get boned. So it doesn't matter what you do. You can put sugar on a shit sandwich. It's still a shit sandwich. It's just, I don't know. It just boggles my brain.
Here's the part that really confuses me. Like, they say now you're going to end up with this base defense rating, and for every special that you put on is going to increase your defense rating, which is going to decrease the amount of damage you take. How is my build going to be any fucking different than what I'm doing now? because I'm still going to be putting every single fucking special on it that ups my defense rating. How are you changing my fucking build in the least?
Welcome, Toxic, by the way.
Well, good morning, peoples.
Nothing like being on time.
Oh, my. If you have to have a nap, you have to have a nap.
So we were starting to think you were dead. We hadn't heard from you at all yesterday, and then you weren't here today. And it's like, oh, Lord, did Toxic die? And then I looked, and I was like, well, I don't see a post on his page from February 10th. He may be dead.
Yeah, I was pretty close. I was almost in a coma. All work-related. Yeah, too much work. Too old for
Fair
that.
enough.
Yeah,
Oh, wait till we talk about the hull upgrades. That'll put you in a coma.
I've not been. I'm not. You know the forum rat that I am, but I haven't been able to look this week, so I know nothing.
I would suggest you hang on and put your seatbelt on then.
Okay, I'm buckled up. Let me have it.
Well, I'm not going to explain the whole thing to you. You can read it yourself.
Yeah, don't let me interrupt. I was just sorry. I was just listening to you all rant. So I'll learn on the fly.
And I want to ask the people here on the panel if this statement makes any sense to you. Wrong Thinker replied to something I said, and it says we were talking about the resistances and blah 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 blah, and he's saying that how much damage you resist isn't what's important. It's how long you survive. Don't they equate to the exact same fucking thing?
Yes.
I mean, am I the only one that sees the huge flaw in his logic right there?
Yeah, it's a long thread, and I must say it's been good to see a lot of the posts on it, because some people have put a lot of thought into their replies, and I don't know how much difference it'll make, but it is good to see that it's that they're actually quite reasonable replies and comments on it. So,
but I'm serious. Isn't that? Don't they equate to the exact same thing? Like, I'd like to hear from everybody on that, because I know sometimes I can miss the obvious sometimes, but it seems to me they're the exact same thing. How much damage I resist affects my survivability immensely, directly, proportionally. Yeah,
definitely.
I would agree with that statement. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
okay.
I guess there could be some other factors added. I mean, if I'm trying to look at the whole big picture, I guess you could, resistances, is evade a resistance? Does he consider, speed?
But evade isn't factored into the defense thing either, so that's a moot point.
I know. I'm trying to see a possibility of not seeing it your way. How about that?
Gotcha.
And maybe speed. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to throw in other
Right. Mickey Rogers, no, having higher health on the ships won't make for higher repair times, because they've said that the repair times are going to stay the same. Whether that actually happens when they release it, who knows? But that's what they've said.
Yeah, that picture of the Eradicator they showed had a bloody great big chunk more health, didn't it?
Huge.
Yeah.
But he did clearly say they, repair the same.
Yeah.
And one way to prove that is to write down what time it is to take to repair one now, and then wait until after they do it, and then see how long it takes to repair afterwards.
Well, see, hello everybody, but see here, my theory is what they're trying to push for, though I don't think they're going to succeed in doing it, is say that your specials aren't going to make that much difference. So if you got the right special and I've got the wrong special, we still both have got this massive amount of armor that's got to be beat through. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they've been trying to push, but I don't think the system they're rolling out is going to achieve that.
That's a good point. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, but I mean, it doesn't matter how much. Yes, even if we both have a lot of ship health, we won't. Neither one of us will die. But my build that's maximized is still going to take a lot less damage than your build that's not, and it's still going to result in you having much longer repair times than I do.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but that's what they're trying to do away with. You know, that's what their whole big speech, what was it here a couple weeks back, where the first one that they came out with, they said the whole purpose of this was so that there'd be creativity in builds and you wouldn't be punished nearly as severe if you didn't have the right special on.
That being said, then, with this whole change, I mean, we have this just huge vagueness, right, of what's going to go on. But shouldn't in theory, then, I mean, since I think I have the best possible build now, let's just say, I'm going to say just an example of the Eradicator. I believe I have the best possible Eradicator there is for defenses, for offenses, for everything. Okay, I really do believe I have the best total package in right now. Won't I still have the best total package after this, or do I have to refit?
We don't know yet because we don't know what values they're going to give to specials that create resistance or to armor either. You know, so say like, you know, that we got the special armors we got on now with the 20% defense buff, you know. So what value are those going to have afterwards? You see what I mean? Those are things that we don't know yet, and they may cause us to have to do some major refits.
Or they might not cause any.
Might not cause any. That is true.
Okay.
I was going to say, I think Ross just wanted to talk about his package, but anyway.
No, but you know what I'm saying? I just think that possibility, I guess, is that we might not even have to refit. I don't know. I'm hopeful.
But I am fully in agreement with the fact that they should roll this out on this new hull. The new hull should come built for the new system for the next raid series.
Yeah.
They should not have to make a change. If they have to change this hull that we don't even have yet, they already know where they're going with the game. So the hull should already be built to the specification, the new specification.
Right.
No, you know what I mean? Don't release the hull and a week later have to change this thing. That would just be stupid. That's just asking for another bug.
Yeah. And escalation special after escalation special after escalation weapon.
Well, I'm certain that's going to be brought into subject on what you guys will be talking about soon.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, this is all a really long post. So I guess, you know, my best advice is to read it and, you know, comment on it if you want or whatever, but at least start getting your head around it because they're going to do it. So, yeah, it's a thing. So we're just going to have to adapt as we always do. And hopefully there's, you know, no refits, but of course we know that's not going to be the...
Well, those of us that are left after they do this other fiasco, we'll talk about soon.
Yeah.
Well,
So
before we talk about the other fiasco, Cuddle had a good idea, and let's talk a little bit about VXP weekend to put a buffer in here.
yeah, I was just going to roll into that.
So just before we get into that,
Mm-hmm.
can I ask a quick question? So what I've understood now is that if you got a good or a well-built hull, it will still work well. If you haven't got a well-built hull, it would still work well. So would that not help the people that are not able to build those super hulls that certain you know, people can build, that they got the ability to do?
Actually, I don't think they said it will work well. I think they said it will work the same, if not maybe a little bit better.
Okay, so I was just thinking that like someone like me, for example, who doesn't who doesn't have the intricate know-how on how to build put all these extra little bits in, I might actually go away with a little bit less damage.
Yeah, well,
What I've just heard then.
Right. Well, even what they've been saying though has been inconsistent, because at first it was like it will work the same, maybe a little bit better, and then it came to it will work better, and then suddenly they're like acting like now it will work just as well as the well-built hull, which I don't believe for a second.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I said I don't see how they're going to pull it off.
Okay, see, I hadn't heard all that. I knew there was some change on the way, but I'm not that.
Because here's the problem. Here's the problem you're going to have, because you got to look at more than just the defense when it comes to a well-built hull. A well-built hull, you can kill the turrets fast enough so you're taking less damage. The speed that you're traveling inside the target can allow you to evade damage. I mean, there's so many things other than just resistance going on that mitigates the amount of damage we take. That just changing one item on that step on that ladder is not going to create that big of a difference to where a poorly built hull will compete with a well-built hull.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, we'll just have to see, I guess.
I guess the bottom line is in a diminishing player base, are they really going to cut their income? And let's roll on to VXP.
Yeah.
Go, Cuddle.
Best VXP weekend ever. I'll start there. We got an extra day of VXP, which is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Our fleets are at the top of our raid fleet should be at full power now. If your raid fleets aren't at full power, you're a wee bit behind. And we get so we can farm the 88s quite easily for defender tokens. I'm now up to 99. I will never have to rank another defender hull again. This is great.
Good for you.
Yeah, adding the extra day onto the VXP, and then they're also paying out a decent amount. It's not the cut rate that it was those first couple ones. Yeah. So this was an actual win. I'll give them a win on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, funny that it took the very last VXP weekend for the cycle for him to finally get it right, huh? I'm sorry, I'm being overly negative when we're trying not to be, all right.
Oh, this was a good event.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to rank. I mean, I just had one ship, I think. So
that's why it was a great one for me. I didn't have anything to rank, and I was already full on defender tokens, so.
Yeah, I'm full too.
I'm killing strikes here and there, but when I'm not spending any coin, I'm just letting everything slow repair.
I actually, other than reading the posts on forums and stuff, I've only logged in once in the last 2 days on the game, and that was just hit repair because someone hit me and did 29% to my base.
Well, I'm doing a breacher and two basilisks, and I don't know how many times I've been in there, but it would have been maybe 6 or 7, and I've got it into just before 70, 68, 66%. So it's not bad. I'm happy with the way it's going. And if I don't do another one, I've got enough defender tokens from the last ones that I can probably rank all 3 of them with the tokens. But I'm trying not to, because I've got the 3rd basilisk that I haven't even started building yet. So that might have to do that with the tokens if I can smash it all out, I guess.
Yeah,
Should have got something else that's coming on that we need to rank soon. So
yeah, I've got the lead strike and 3 normal strikes, and I put it into a target, and it was 20 coins to repair. So I said, "Fuck that!" And then I know I'll get slammed by Damnation, but I put my Preto Apollos in there, and that was 25 coins, and I said, "Fuck that!" And then I spent 24 ranking tokens on my Basilisk, and said, "Fuck that." That's my VXP experience.
The repair costs on our fleets is just over the top. It's just beyond what it needs to be. But I don't see Kickside cutting it. So
No. It just is what it is, and we can say it, but it just is what it is, and they're not going to change that. So anyway, there you go. So has anyone else wanted to say anything about VXP? I mean, it is a very good positive that we're getting a better return for them. Having said that, for the 2 fleets that I killed, it was like, what was it, 70, 80K and 60K or something. Like, it's a decent payout, so I was happy with that. And having another day to do it is great as well. So
So before we go into the whole thing, do we want to talk about the TLCs real quick too? Because I know once we get into the whole thing, we're not going to talk about anything else after that, because I think that's going to go on forever.
Yeah, TLCs. Why the hell do I have to use my Eradicators to do a bloody
Hyperion?
I don't know. What's going on? I got no idea.
Because
I mean, I'm not using the thing for the events anymore, because you can't. There's only 1 or 2 of these bloody Nexuses available, and they all get hit by the bigger alliance. What do we need that thing for if there's no use for it? So I thought, well, maybe you can use the Hyperions to do those targets, but no, you can't even do that, because now you have to use Eradicators. So
because they know nobody's going to coin their megas to do the TLCs, but they know people will coin their Eradicators probably to do them, or that they're not quite finished their Eradicators yet. They have like a little refit or something they want to do. They know they'll coin their refits to do the TLC. That's just another way for them to try to squeeze more money out of the player base.
Am I right in thinking this is the first time they've done this for a mega campaign?
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
but I think it might be something a little bit different.
What do you think?
I think that they don't have the faintest idea how to create a new mega hole campaign, because this was the pet project of one person in particular at Kickside that's, I don't believe, there anymore.
Oh yeah. Hyperion.
That was his baby. He remember everything about it was his baby, his design, his code, the whole 9 yards.
That's a good point.
And they may not know how to implement it to redesign new targets for the Hyperions. So it may be they wanted to add new tech because players were calling for it. Everybody's been asking for, you see it at least once a month in the forums. Hey, are you going to put out something for, the mega holes? Where's our mega TLC? You know what I mean? And so everybody keeps asking for it. So they've thrown something out so you can get mega tech, but they may not be able to swing getting a TLC design for it.
quite possible there, Dr. Death. You could be right.
My theory is
Could be both of them together, honestly, too.
there's a whole mega Hyperion design. This is my theory that was in play or was designed to go in the game long time ago, actually. And the Hyperions got neglected, and that got put on the side. And I think there's a whole plan in place and a general idea and there was a bigger picture for the Hyperions. And possibly that's going to be tried to be brought back.
Well, I guess if it's all sitting there, it'd be crazy for them not to do it. But yeah, it's.
Well, there's a whole foundry sitting there, and it was crazy for them not to use that. But we'll get into that here in a minute.
I also found I did the Turrets of Terror campaign all the way through Prize Pack 3. That uses the Inferno Dragons. I found that to be pretty painful. At the end of Prize Pack 3, I walked away with like 10 hours of damage on my dragons. This is tough because it's during the same times as obviously we need the dragons for the FM and stuff. Yeah, I found it to be painful.
Yeah, I think the only build that seems to be successful with this is like the long range version. People seem to don't. Oh man, if I could use my mouth, it'd work well. People don't seem to get as much damage without the. It's not the cannon mount; it's the other one.
Lowered explosive.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, I ripped that off of mine.
Yeah.
So and you 10 hours damage probably is not too bad then, because it's
No,
the
that's
short
the whole
range that really rips it apart.
Could
No,
you
that was-
complete it without coin in the fleet?
Well, I only did prize pack 3. That was it. I don't like running it to dead because otherwise I can't do anything the next day.
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, that's most of my life in this game anymore. I don't do anything the next day.
Mm.
Now I do have somebody who tell me that they're having issues viewing they're crashing whenever they go to view their mega.
Yeah, I experience that when I go to view my mega, you crash and you have to refresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can view it though.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
obviously some sort of bug going on in there. Who just
Maybe.
plugged in their amp?
Maybe they tried to do something with making a mega campaign, and by touching that code, they broke the regular mega.
Mm.
It's possible because I know we've been having issues trying to view it if you click on the mega.
Same way about the playback now. It crashes and you have to refresh.
Or you can't watch all the playbacks.
Yeah. That's a pretty common one as well.
Yeah, that's an intermittent problem. You can one day and the next day you can't. Then I can only open it on a small window. Then I have to, make it bigger, and it only works on one. Then I have to refresh and do it all again, and then it might not work at all for another couple of days. So it's been like that for a while.
Song you sing while doing it. It all depends on what song you sing while doing it. I found Hello Dolly works rather well.
I have to try that.
No, I agree. It's nonsense. Heavy feature doesn't. It drives me batty. I mean, really, I want it out of there and just take it away from me until it's guaranteed to work. And I'll be okay with that. I really will. But
Sorry, I'm just reading some of the chat that's going on at the moment. It's quite good.
If they were to take it away until it works, he would never get it back.
Okay,
So.
okay, that's okay. But I won't waste any time with the spin and load and hope, and my hopes won't get shattered.
Were you reading what they were saying about what they're waiting for, RB?
I am, and also I like Richard's comment about his mega being a floating barbecue. It's always smoking. I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, that is
Put
All
that parts constantly then.
All right. Well, we can't make giggly gib. Oh, I can't even talk. Giggly little girls wait any longer. So here it is. It's hull upgrade time. So it would have been what last thing on Friday night that this was released.
Yeah,
Damnation?
well, let's post it Friday night and then run like little fucking bitches so we don't have to hear any of the feedback for it.
Well, we were waiting for the rant, and here it comes.
Well, I'm gonna let you go over it before I go, because when I go, dude, it's gonna So go ahead and go over
Are we
it.
gonna share it? Are we gonna share it?
Yeah, I was going to say I'll just.
That's what they wanted.
View it. Are we gonna view it?
Yeah. Just,
You're good man. Good man.
Relax.
You're good
There
man.
we go. And I'll even blow it up a bit so people can see.
You are awesome.
Okay. Coming soon, hull upgrades. And coming soon means Monday.
Yeah.
So how's that communication going? Anyway, so they've decided to release this thing. So hull upgrades are a way to increase the power of an individual hull without having to swap out one piece of equipment for another. It's direct power increase to the hull itself that can be undertaken in your conquest yard or shipyard. Great. So they're going to do it to PvE hulls, PvP hulls. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because that would be boring to listen to. Why should I do it? because you're going to get burned if you don't. There's a little efficiency ranking. Living in a dream world, two fleets built and ranked with hull upgrades in 3 months. Living in a dream world. And pretty much the first things they are going to do are the Breacher and the Lurker.
I'm sorry, I was out there. Did you talk about where it's going to take shipyard time?
I did.
Okay.
Conquest Yard and Shipyard.
Which is going to mess a lot of people up. They have stuff to build. They need to put this in their research.
All right, I'm going to go.
So who's going first?
I'm going to go, and then you guys can go because I'm not sure if you'll have anything left to say by the time I'm fucking done.
Good
All
luck.
right. Number one, you stupid motherfuckers. We already had this shit. It's called the fucking Foundry. That didn't take any goddamn shipyard time at all. We're so fucking pressed for fucking shipyard time already as it is. Why in the hell are you going to make this take up shipyard time? You're fucking stupid. You're incompetent. This should not have PvP. This definitely should not have any place at all. You need release the holes at the power they're supposed to be in the first place. Then we won't have to fucking upgrade them. All this is doing is giving you a chance to reduce underperforming hulls that you know are fucking underperforming, and then be like, oh, here, you can do this upgrade there to make them work the way they're supposed to. Whoop-de-fucking do. Yeah, big fucking thing this is doing for the player base.
Yes, funnily enough, just in time for Bounty too.
I'm going to take a break. Somebody else can go. I'll come back because I'm ready to internally explode at this point.
Have a cane. You'll be all right, mate.
I can't say
I'll happily jump in at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree 100% with Damnation that they are absolute fucking stupid idiots. This can only be a thing that this is only to try and push more coin. That's the only purpose for this. Because putting it in the shipyard, that's the only purpose it could be. We're already, people can't get fleets built and fucking raid, how many people on the panel, even now, going into the third raid, have their raid fleets done and have them, already sculled and already have all the escalation on them?
Nope.
So where are you going to get another 20 or 30 days to upgrade them holes to?
Exactly.
It's not going to fucking happen unless we spend coin. And I think that's exactly what this is a push for.
Oh, 100%. 100% it's a fucking push for coin. Every decision they have made since this new team has come in has been a push for fucking coin.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. The wrong thinker team is, totally wrong for us.
It should be fucking the greedy as hell fucking team is what it should be. They just want to get pissed off about me giving you fucking legitimate feedback. You're a fucking thief. How about that?
I don't even understand it. I'm not gonna lie.
It wouldn't be bad if it was not being put in the shipyard. If they put it in the retro lab or put it in the foundry, then it would not be such a bad thing. But putting it in the shipyard, their only purpose for that is to try and force us to coin our builds.
And that's something I'm not going to do.
You may not have a choice. That's the thing.
There's always a fucking choice.
Yeah.
Always
Leave the game.
There's plenty of other fucking games out there that play almost the same as Battle Pirates.
Yeah.
Or shit,
That's when I made my comment before. How many people are going to be here to see their PvE refactor after this Monday's bullshit?
Right there.
Because when the raid rolls out, the raid's going to be set to you having holes. From now on, it's not going to be just having the top tech that's retroed all the way up to R15 on top of being on the best built ship and it being sculled. You know what I'm saying? But now we're also going to have, and of course, escalation on it too. But now we're going to have to add upgrade to this whole list of things we got to do to have the fleet ready that they're going to have the targets set to.
Yeah. Where was it? Sorry, just bear with me a sec. There was an awesome comment I saw That'll be in the discussion. I won't worry about it then. But yeah, it was saying exactly that. You know, that you've got, so you build it, you skull it, you upgrade it, you put your escalation weapon on, you put your escalation special on, then you've got to upgrade the whole thing again after that. It was, yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Oh, and
Okay.
like, and I saw some people on Discord try to defend it, say, "Well, they're saying it's not mandatory." When has there ever been anything in this goddamn game that they said wasn't mandatory that ended up not being mandatory?
Skins.
I would like to offer.
Skins, that's it.
I would like to offer an alternative opinion.
You better be careful what you say, because if it's small area, I might take you off the fucking show.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like this. I know. Here's your chance. Feel free to poo me right off now. But I like this. I know that people have brought up the Foundry and the Retrofit Lab as other ways to alter your hulls, and I will cover that point. But what the main word I want to cover here is the word frequency. Here with these upgrade kits, we're going to split it down the middle and look at PvE and PvP as separate things, because that's what this does. We do not have any examples of any PvE ships or any of the PvE upgrade paths, just the little thing they talked about at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Until I see actual examples of that, and they show me how they're going to get around the flagship problem, i.e. retrofits don't apply to the fat flagship, will I need an extra kit for it? There is also the fact that some of the PvE upgrades can add a weapon slot. So I have to use shipyard time to get the ability to use more shipyard time.
Yeah.
I understand that. But until I see some actual PvE examples, I got nothing. But if we look at the PvP ones, if you wouldn't mind scrolling down to the Breacher and the Lurker upgrades, well, we're going to get a Breacher upgrade kit and 5 days of Breacher stuff for free on probably Monday, right there, additionally. Enough upgrade kits to start a Breacher upgrade and 5 days of upgrade token completely for free. That, hopefully, because we don't actually know the build times, we'll be able to upgrade one of the Breachers to a concussive Breacher if you feel like it. I'm not talking refit time, I'm just talking the upgrade time. But in all honesty, how many of these Breachers are you planning to upgrade into concussive? 1, maybe 2? And then for the Lurker, I only have one Lurker, so that's it for that one. It's how often Kixeye forces me to do these upgrades. If I only have to do it to the Lurker, not everybody has a Lurker. If anybody wants to upgrade their Breacher to concussive, they don't really need to do that. You know, that isn't... Do you understand what I'm trying to get by? It's the amount of them that Kixeye makes me get, which will determine it. This Breacher upgrade isn't really an upgrade. All you get... James, of course, I'm focusing on PvP. All I have to do, I don't have any PvE examples. I agree that PvE is its own little nightmare of fun, but all I've got is the PvP here. And yes, it will be a higher frequency. Sorry.
But in the way it used to be, you like it was in the Foundry, you spent your 50 days or whatever it is it takes to upgrade that particular hull. And then all the hulls are upgraded. Now, the way you said was that, is it only one? You have to do every hull by itself?
Yes, you have to do each hull individually.
In the shipyard.
Oh, awesome.
Now, remember how long it took us to get to R5 or R10 through the other methods. This will be faster. And
how do you know that? How do you know that? We have not time yet.
That is true. That is a totally fair point. I'm just hoping that this breacher upgrade kit and the 5 days of upgrade tokens is enough to get me an upgrade kit for one breacher.
And that will be fine. That'll be fine on the PvE side where we run, or PvP side where we run mixed fleets and we run mixed defenses. That's fine because you're only needing to do maybe one ship in your fleet as the upgrade the way this is rolling out. But on the PvE side, we don't run mixed fleets. You run solid fleets. You run a mixed fleet, you get punished.
Yes. And in
that means every ship is going to have to be upgraded on the PvE side for it to run right.
And that is a lot more complicated because we would need 4 regular kits. 0 wouldn't, 1, 2, or 3 kits wouldn't help me because speed is a possible change up there. I would need 4 in a block and the flagship one. So that's a lot trickier. I'm with you there.
Not to mention, even if it is quicker, say it's 4 days. Say it's the build of the base hull, 4 days, right, to do the upgrade, right? That adds 20 more days of build time into your fleet.
I agree. I know.
I can just say my opinion here, big time. I got 10% on a constant walk away, 10% of my alliance out of 100. I got 10% or constantly on edge on a walk away. So I'm having to constantly try to find somebody to fill that spot. And this is going to jump that 10% to 20%. People are going to not great, not huge, not everything huge, but it's going to slightly increase the walk away factor, the people that leave. This is not for the player in my opinion, in any way, other than possibly the very top guy that wants to spend his family inheritance on the game and to have a ship that's upgraded to the max the hour it came out to beat everyone. Other than that, it's just not needed. It's sad, and it's not even in the direction where I want them looking to go. I want opposite of this. I want less, not more. This is way more. This is adding more, and I'm asking every single day, every single month, for a year now. Less.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%. The problem here is not only is it going to eat up shipyard time, but this is another chore because you're going to have to go out and get these kits.
This is more. Yeah. This is way more.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what I was going to say too, that it's going to be, there's going to be a cost, and, you can all curse me for saying this, but it's going to be, titanium to get an upgrade kit, or a shard of a shard of a shard of a shard to get an upgrade kit. So it's always going to be more.
Or
and the other thing too, yeah, leaderboards, why not? The other part is it doesn't address anything about having to change our bases to. Has anyone got the game open? What's the range on a concussive weapon? Sorry,
Concussive?
18 for the Piranha 4, which goes on the Lurker.
No. I'm talking about the breacher.
Talking about the breacher.
Oops, sorry.
Look at the concussive. Right. What's the range on the concussive Gatling?
Yeah, I don't have the game open. I'm just curious because basically, if you go 12% concussive range and 9% for concussive scope, you've got an extra 21% range now, and you don't lose any damage. In fact, you're going up another 70% damage. So that's
you want the Havoc Gatling gun?
It doesn't matter which one it is.
What's the range?
Just to kind of get an idea of range.
Aren't they around 89?
Range is 98.
Yeah, I was going to say 98.
I thought.
So there, add 21% to that. It's getting pretty up there. And yeah, nothing to address what's going to happen, because now we'll need to, we don't have to change everything in our bases to get around this, but you're going to have to change something. So,
oh yeah, because most of us are set up now, right now, to not even worried about blocking concussive.
Yep.
Well, not at that range for sure.
Can you get the concussive damage high enough to even punch through like a regular breacher's deflection?
No, we're looking at this for sniping islands, buddy. We're not talking about taking out fleets. We're talking about taking out the island.
Well,
with the range that this is going to have, you can probably get into the right position and create all kinds of havoc on a building.
Well, but I mean, okay, let's take a look at what these upgrades do exactly for a minute. Okay, the breacher upgrade is all about people being able to deal with the lurkers. I think we can all agree with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody on the panel who disagrees with that?
No.
Nope.
No.
We knew the lurkers were going to be a problem for dreads to deal with when they came out, right? I mean, anybody with any amount of common sense saw that, correct?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
So why didn't you do something to address it at that point when it was very obvious? Common sense told you they were going to be a problem for dreads to deal with. Why didn't you take that in consideration when you actually built the lurker, instead of making us have to go through another step to upgrade another hull that we already have to deal with the lurker? Poor fucking planning.
No, a whopping 60% told them that it would be okay.
No, because nobody
The same fucking team that's been giving them advice for the last year.
Nobody knew about this release. Nobody. The mods didn't even know that this was coming.
And of course, the other part of all of this is it just contradicts everything that Wrong Thinker said. And, one of the things this team was going to be so good at was communication.
Well,
But what you do is drop this on a Friday night and then go home.
And I think James has hit the nail on the head, and this is kind of what I was getting at earlier too, is they already knew when they brought out the lurker and the dread, they already knew that they were going to add this feature in. And
Yes.
that's why they intentionally designed them to underperform. That way they could come out later with this stuff that's going to make you spend your valuable shipyard time to say, oh, look, we made these better. No, you didn't make them better. You didn't make them do what you were supposed to in the first fucking place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I read all this and it just makes me just go, oh, yeah, whatever.
But I'm actually almost to be a little bit willing to slide somewhat on the PvP part of it. But boy, that PvE part.
Yes, I agree with you on the PvE part. I need to see a whole lot more there, because
I don't need to see anything more. Just the fact that any of it's going to take fucking shipyard time, it's a shit idea.
And add another chore to us. As if we don't already have enough in the fucking game to do.
We already got way too many.
Well, see, I've started cutting things off. I'm not doing the TLCs. Why? I don't need anything out of them. So
I agree.
Not doing them. Kick size pushed me to the point now. I used to, when a new event came out, I was all over it. You know what I mean? And now it's like, damn, that's just one more thing that I got to waste my time doing. No, I had to start cutting the line. I'll do bounty and I do raid so I can stay current in the things that I need to stay current in. And then, if a TLC comes along that I think I can really use to benefit my game, I'll do it. But otherwise, I'm just tired. Too much junk.
And that's what the biggest majority, like almost everybody I talk to is in the same place. They're like, did you do TLCs? Nope, ain't gonna do them. Don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not doing them because, and it's not, I can totally do them for sure. I have the fleets. You gotta be kidding me. I just don't want to. They're not fun. 7 encounters that cause me 12 hours of damage. So I play for a half hour and then I have 12 hours of damage. That's just not fun for 7 encounters, and they're just exactly the same. That's just not a fun fun episode for me, so I chose to skip those. Now there's a couple that I did the mega one once through, to get the prize, but I'm gonna go through it again. They're just not fun. So nope. I try to do what's fun or what I have to do to get by.
How much damage did you take in there, Ross, on the Mega one?
Oh my God. Just a lot. I picked up 12 hours damage, I think, making it run or going through the mastery.
Ouch.
But I made it with the fleet. I did not have to, I could repair slowly. So I'm okay with that. But knowing I would have had to know that, it's all time management that way. It's where my fleet won't make it. I'd be upset.
My Eradicators died in Prize Pack 3 of the Mega campaign. I was now granted I did let him go on auto because my build is an auto build, the short range, so it doesn't really matter whether I auto or drive. I'm going to take about the same amount of damage because I'm going to get hit by fucking everything. But yeah, they died.
It'd be interesting to compare that to the normal range Eradicators to see if anyone else had a different experience, because it's almost like, what I was saying last week about whether that lowered cannon mount was going to be an issue in TLCs. But
now granted, I didn't use like a demo squad or anything, but it's a TLC. I shouldn't have to be using like primo raid crews to do a fucking TLC.
I did. I used a demo.
Ouch.
No, I did
demo and 12 hours of damage on what, one run through of the mastery?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Well, they just don't tune them right. I mean, in my opinion, they don't tune TLCs correctly. They're not for fun. The damage is too high for the length of the encounter. Well, you have an hour and then you day of repair. Fun. That's not fun.
Well, and I know Neil Parrish is saying Prize Pack 3 of the Mega can be done with a strike flag and 4 in the corner, but like there's very few people that are in a position where they are even at that with their strikes, man. I mean, honestly.
I got the launcher Eradicators. I did the first pack. I did 3 or 4. Well, I can't remember now what it was. Didn't have a crew on, and I didn't drive really well, and I ended up having, just for those 3 or 4 run throughs, it was something like 3.5 hours repair. That's without a crew or anything. So, and I thought, well, if I take that much damage already, I won't even bother doing the next one. So I didn't try anymore after that.
Rick Anderson, there is a more direct method to share your thoughts and forums on reactions to any and all changes on the game. It's called Discord. It's been out there for like probably 6 months now, if not longer.
Yeah, it's actually a great way to directly live, and if you hold your refrain from profanity, it's a pretty good live forum where you get to interact and other people get to see it too.
But I'll be honest, they don't listen any more there than what they do on the forums.
Nope.
Yeah, but you can reply.
They are definitely a lot more banhammer happy on Discord than they are on the forums.
Oh yes, very much so. Especially Laredo, he's a fucking tool.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you start talking about it, it's like, I wonder how many people can get in the quiet room at once.
Oh, I did better than that. I got booted.
Oh, joy.
Well, there's quite a few of you now that are getting...
Anybody that says anything bad about the new team.
Yeah.
And my thing was, I hadn't even posted on Discord all day long, right? And I was sitting there and watching Discord all day long and everything else. And then I did a show with Hefe, and I called out the new team and told them just how stupid I thought they were, and come off the show and go back to Discord, and I can no longer access any threads
Yeah.
Like, oh, great.
Now, see,
Well,
that's just way screwed up. If they're banning you from Discord for something you said on a show that's not even part of Discord, that's way over the line.
I don't know why I got banned from Discord for, but yep, I sure enough, boom, perma
Really?
ban. I was like, damn.
Banned from Discord for something you didn't say something on Discord that wasn't okay?
No, I haven't broken any of the TOSs.
Mm.
I'm
you
real
know,
careful not to cuss and stuff in what I post on forums and Discord. And I don't ever take and actually call anybody out by name. I mentioned some negative things about the Kickside team a couple times, but those were days before, so.
Well, and that's funny because like Laredo called me out on something by name in Discord earlier today, and it's like, oh, so you don't have to follow your own fucking rules?
I don't.
You know, I'm always real careful to follow the rules so that I don't get banned.
I'm thrilled that I'm okay with Discord, and I'm off the forums. I haven't had forums for years, but I haven't had any issues on Discord. Actually, on any level with Discord, but the forums I sure had problems. Holy cow! You know, I think that forums sometimes that was just a toxic environment for me. That I enjoy the Discord, the live interaction, a great deal more than the forums ever could be.
See, I never really see you talk on Discord though, and I'm there all the time.
No. I'm not saying that I talk, but the availability that I can reach, even through a private message or get an answer to a certain to a person or a direction that I can, direct right there instead of just send a ticket to support. And because my true problems last year were main issues were I didn't feel that I had adequate support. I could deal with this. I even said this in my own personal self that I could deal with game errors if I had support that I felt was adequate. And I didn't have that at the time. Well, I do have a lot better support now. And I think a lot of that is just through Discord. So that's what I'm meaning. I don't think the forum part, the posting, I'm not really an active participant in that area where you are, I believe. I'm talking the support range.
Gotcha.
You've been pretty quiet about all of this, Simba. Have you got any thoughts?
I just think it's crazy.
Can you expound upon that? Apparently not.
She's thinking. Give her a chance. I know this is actually it's a lot to take in because you go from one epically long post to the contradiction long post, and I think a lot of people are going to be like this. So they're that don't even go to the forums, don't go to Discord, and then Monday's going to happen, and they're going to go, oh, what's all this? That's if they're even on Monday. They'll probably wander in 2 weeks' time and say, who changed my game?
And
I think it's stupid that we have to research the halls to optimize them. It should not be anywhere near the shipyard. There's too much stuff that we have to do. They should put it where they have all the other stuff where you retrofit it. It needs to go to the retrofit lab, like where you retrofit the icebreakers, the rages. It needs to go there. Keep it in the hall specific.
To be honest, they probably don't even know what that button does. They probably never even clicked it to see what this Foundry thing is that everyone's talking about. What's this feature? We've never heard of it. What's going on there?
Well, Robot would know. He's been there a long time.
Here's the thing that I would like to know. How am I trading build time for repair time?
Yeah.
I have no idea, man.
Because it's not reducing the repair time on the whole.
I have no idea.
But
Well,
that's what they say in the post. That's the reason why you should do this.
Yes. But it still comes down to we just don't know, and it's going to happen on Monday.
And I mean, yet again, something nobody asked for.
Mm-hmm.
and there is a further one coming up very shortly as well, if you want to look into the future. We have the change with splash damage and splash damage reduction coming up. So that also will be fun. That's coming up in, I think, 9/10. So right after the raid.
Well, maybe. I don't know. It might end up getting pushed because it seems like everything's getting pushed back right now.
Yeah, go on.
And that will be fun because, of course, at the moment, the special of the last couple of months has been the Hyper 30. I mean, everybody wants to slap Hyper 30 on every single ship, right? So if they change splash damage reduction, ouch. Might be a whole pile of refit time coming.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that I'm looking at. It seems like they started at just point A, and they're trying to go all the way through the game and just completely uproot it and change everything about it from the way it was at the get-go. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to rewrite a brand new game on top of the old game. Because they're changing every aspect of this game.
I cannot say that this Kixeye team is not being ambitious in its attempt to change this game. Because they are changing this team has changed a whole lot in this game. Refractor.
Let's be honest, they've gotten rid of the game that we all started playing, and now we're going to be playing an entirely different game. The only thing that's going to be similar is we're going to have boats that we put on the water to hit targets with. That's the only thing that's going to be the same.
Yeah, I was under the impression it was supposed to be players first, not teams first, but I agree with what you're saying, Cuddle. So it's interesting here. It's saying, like Dr. Death was saying, it puts choice in player hands regarding managing build times versus repair times. Man, I wish I could talk today. So what you're going to, if you spend longer building a ship, you're going to get less repair time, or if you spend a shorter time building the ship, you're going to get more repair time. Isn't that like why? I don't get it. I just don't understand.
How about this? So I'll take and build one hull for the raid next series, and I'll spend all the extra build time that I would have spent on the other hulls just on it. Does that mean that it should be able to do the targets for minimal damage?
Yes.
It's not going to work that way. You're going to expect you to have a full fleet. Be able to do shit. In my language.
No. But you need 5 of that excellently long ship that you've built to get the buffs to lower the repair times.
Oh my goodness. See, this is too much. Just too much. They're killing the game.
Yeah. It's kind of laugh or cry at the moment. I don't know.
It's along for the ride, really. We can't change it. We just go with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing we've always been used to is the changing of the goalposts. It's just that they're changing them every 5 minutes now instead of every hour or whatever, or every match.
Yeah, they had these gold offers in the last week, and I'm so happy I didn't buy any now. That's all I can say. Save myself some money there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Damnation and I were talking about other games, and there's always an amount of sitting out or making the decision or coin or anything. That's the reality of today's games. But some of the other ones that I've been playing, I was saying, well, I'm out for half an hour. I'm out for 50 minutes as I create more soldiers or whatever. And it's not, you're out for 20 hours or whatever, or you can spend 100 days to build one ship because you'll get, half an hour better repair time. It's just, I don't know.
A month long ship, or you know what I mean, or what they say would be 16 days, 20 days. That's just crazy.
Mm.
I agree.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to spend 16 days building a ship and then another 5 days upgrading my ship to get the stats it should have had in the first fucking place.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
and you can't do anything else. If you read it, it says you can choose to either build, refit, or do an upgrade.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to upgrade and refit at the same time.
No.
Right.
Now, hang on a second. Now, with the it says it mentions the lurker and the breacher.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean it's only for PvP?
No.
No.
I've not been paying any attention to any of this show whatsoever.
I have. But there's no mentioning here of PvE. That's why.
There is. They just didn't give any examples.
They didn't give specifics on PvE holes, but they do mention that this will be for PvE right there at the top.
Yep.
Okay. No, I did hear Dr. Death saying before about flagships and whatnot, but I didn't think that was in this update, or that might be another one.
No, because they
cleared it up now.
Yeah, they talked about
okay.
Let me just can I just toss this so Monday morning there could be a thing across the board for all ships, and you mean in theory we just don't know which ones are going to be available in possibility.
Well, Tuesday morning, but
sure,
yeah,
right, Tuesday morning. So my possibly my eradicators could be needing upgraded. Is that a possibility?
I bet they will be.
I don't think the kits are coming out for those quite yet. I think that the only kits that are coming out right off the bat are for the breacher and potentially for the lurker.
Yeah, because they want you to coin them for bounty. So you've got 2 days to get it ready.
Okay, now does it say that we're getting? Scroll down just a minute.
Yeah, the five tokens.
Yeah, does it say we're getting that on the release, or does it say we're getting that with bounty?
On the release.
Okay. All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Right before bounty.
Yeah, that'll be Tuesday. Well, I said morning, but I guess it'll be evening because that's when the updates have moved to now is the evenings.
Yeah.
One of my looking at that sentence, one of the things which I noticed there is upgrade kits, plural, to start a breacher upgrade, singular. So will we need multiple kits to start a singular upgrade? Because that's kind of what it looks like there.
That's what they've written, so that's what I'd be suggesting that it is.
I don't know that I necessarily read it that way. I think maybe it'll be one kit per hull, but you're going to get 5 tokens, so you can do one hull and have kits left over, or you can do like a kit on a breacher and then spend a couple tokens and wait some time, and then do another kit on a breacher and spend a couple tokens and wait some time. I don't know. That's all speculation on everybody's part at this point.
It also doesn't mention if it's going to take resources to do it either.
Oh, it will. It will.
You know it'll take titanium. You know it will take titanium.
Mm-hmm. That'd be that transparency, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like it takes Visa.
Only if you let it, Ross. Only if you let it.
And only if it's platinum.
Yeah.
I mean, at no point in any BP time in the history of this game have I ever felt like the team was trying to put their hand in my pocket at every fucking opportunity they had.
I agree. This is the most penny pinched I'm feeling pinched out of a game ever in this game, ever. Since I started playing. Matter of fact, when I started playing, I really felt that I got a lot of fun value out of very little money. And I'm someone who coins quite a bit at times, because the fun level, there's just not that fun level is not here there's no reason. I mean, it's not really me that's choosing not to coin. There's no fun thing for me to coin like there used to be. There's no fun thing. Here, Ross, go out and take this Eradicator fleet and hit this target 7 times.
Well, but
that's not fun. Not even
but
fun.
That's where the problems come in. This is where the problems come in. It has nothing to do. The targets themselves actually could be fun. The problem is no. The problem is, look at these targets ain't much different from the targets we used to enjoy hitting before. But here's where the problem is. All right, back in the old day, we had our FM to do. We got, 1 to 2 TLCs a month, and that was it? Mm-hmm. We had the raid. Okay, so everybody was excited for the raid. I remember people in the comms counting down to when raid would start. You know what I'm saying? But that was because we weren't pushed with so much crap. But now you got the raid, and then you got at least 2 to 3 TLCs every week, plus the FMs. And the FM now has become almost a raid because the amount of time you got to put into it now. And then on top of that, you got bounty. I mean, there's just no stop. There's no break. There's no reason for us to anticipate what's coming because, oh my God, we just got out of this event and we're in this event.
You missed one as well. There's also a monthly event, which is like the raid, except no half repair time.
You know, I mean, so it's burnout. I mean, we're burned out. There's no reason for us to get excited about what's coming because it's just another stupid chore.
Well, and I don't think it's only that, too. It's like back when these things were all fun to do, the damage was so much lower. I think that has a lot. I think that probably honestly has more to do with it than anything. Yeah. I'm going to go and I'm going to do this TLC, and that's all I'm going to be able to do today because it's going to give me fucking 12 hours of repair.
Correct. No, exactly. After the TLC, I'm going to be able to go hit a couple bases because I should only have 20 minutes repair, 45 minutes, hour repair, realistically, to keep me interacting in the game. And I'll toss a couple coins down on, guess what? I'm prepping this PvP part that I like. If I don't have to just be down for 20 hours on PvE, why would I add to that repair? Well, no thanks. I'll just go, then scratch the PvP part. That's
right. And how long have I been saying that, Ross? I've been saying that for a long time.
It's horrible. And I just wanted to, I'm a PvE guy now. And I'm not even close to being a PvP guy because my repair.
This was never even supposed to be a PvE game.
I know.
I mean, it is almost criminal the amount of PvE stuff that is in a game that has the word fucking battle in the title.
There's such a skew.
It's meant to be a player versus player game, not like the only thing we ever used to have to hit was cargos. that was it. And like
increase our level so we could smash each other better. Right.
No, base hitting started because people got bored with that because that was the only thing to do. That's why base hitting and fleet versus fleet started. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fight.
Yes.
Dude, don't even say that. Don't even say that because this new team is so incompetent. They might hear you and think he's right.
I don't know. I started a long time ago and I remember it pretty well. Anyway.
Yeah, this game has always been about PvP, not about cargos.
Right. And, it has been.
Mining platforms.
Remember the miners? Yeah, but the mining platforms, we used to fight each other to get them. They were fun, actually.
I think this will always be a difference of opinion when you started.
And-
So
And then the drags came and hit you every hour.
yes,
I was there. I never sat around for them. I just would fight people and leave.
the whole premise was Forsaken, us versus Draconians, them. Anyway, never mind. All right, so I probably have to start thinking about wrapping this up soon. So, is there anything else anyone wants to?
You can go at any time you need to, and I can finish it up.
Yeah, I know. I've got about 10 minutes.
So we got the patch notes up.
Yeah. So nicely, they're still doing BP next week. So yeah.
There's
I
one
just wanted to say too. Go on.
There's one gold nugget in the release notes.
Yeah.
What is it?
The ECM build times are going to be reduced.
Yeah. Yes. I've been waiting for that. So
Well, wait no more.
we'll see.
Well, what do I get for not scrapping mine?
We'll have to see.
You can build another one and not have to wait 9 days.
Quickly scrap them before the thing comes out. Quickly.
Good idea. I didn't think of that. I should do that.
I think I still have one that I never built just because, like, at the time it was like 14 days because we couldn't hold as many base parts. And I'm like, I'm not going to do another 14 days for a fourth one of these guys.
Yeah.
And what day is that going to happen again? Let's see here.
Evening.
So I'll be able to have them in before bounty, huh?
Yeah. But I'll be honest, no more than what I'm seeing basilisks being used. Really, I don't know that you really need them.
No, no. I'm just saying to make it totally well-rounded.
Mm-hmm. Has anybody been seeing much action from the basilisk and base hitting?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, I see them, but I don't participate in it.
I just didn't know if there was really even any out on the water because, like,
Yeah.
a lot of the high-end people that I see talking say they're crap.
No, they're still the niche thing. People are still using them.
They're a little difficult to drive. You got to point at it, get it pointed.
It feels like a part of a puzzle, which we don't have the other pieces. So mine are just currently sitting. I don't have a good build for them. I don't see a good build, but they make great cargo haulers for when I go do my coastal raiding.
Oh, Lord.
Well, guess what? You'll only have to wait a month, and then there'll be an upgrade that you can get, which will give you a wider firing arc.
Oh, yeah, that's funny you would mention that because I said the same thing on Discord earlier today.
Now that must have been after I got off it in disgust.
Yeah, it was reminiscent of that post we saw. It's like, wow, after I fully build my Athos and upgrade it and, and then upgrade it again and then upgrade it again and then escalation weapons on it, it will finally be the hull it was originally supposed to be.
That's right. It was the Artemis. So whoever wrote that was bloody good. That was a nice bit. Very good. So I was going to say too, just going backwards a step, that I actually did enjoy the last raid because I thought it was worthwhile because I could get a whole ton of tokens and, it didn't cost me much. I had a fleet that I could use. So I was actually quite happy. And then boom, 2 pastes later and it's like, fuck.
Yeah. We should have known that the other shoe was dropping at some point. When we had a good raid, we should have known that the other shoe was about to drop.
Yeah. Well, I was expecting it. Yeah, I was expecting it to be the next raid, being the last one, because it was going to be important because you're going to need the hull to go into the new cycle. So I was expecting that to be the kick in the nuts, or other bodily parts. Sorry, Simba.
Hang on.
That's fine. I'm laughing.
1 second. Carl, no, we're not talking about the ECM destroyer. We're talking about the elite countermeasures.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
So it's down to 9 days or something instead of the 20 bloody whatever it was. So,
Well, it's at 9 days right now if you have max base parts.
yeah.
Hopefully this will make it like down to instant repair with max base parts. Or, yeah, instant repair build. Yeah. Like right after I said it, I was like, that wasn't the right word.
That's all right. My mouth's not working either. So, all right. Well,
Now, one
final
thing that no one has,
thoughts. Yep.
sorry, one thing no one has mentioned yet is the I don't know if everybody got these new road crews that I found in my my town hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I saw a picture of someone using that road crew.
Oh God, that was funnier than
I'm pretty
all
sure you're allowed to say shit. I mean, I don't know how many F-bombs I've dropped on this show already, so.
But it was a bunch of shit. It was funnier than crap.
Crap's over the line.
all hearts and flowers.
Yeah. I'm going to ban you for saying crap.
Off to the quiet room.
To the quiet room, you know.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
I didn't say the naughty room. I said the quiet room.
Damn.
All right. So what happened with the crew? Because I haven't seen it.
All right, with the crew, it's actually kind of funny because it goes around with a ring around it. It's like a pink ring kind of thing with hearts all over it.
Oh God.
Yeah, pink ring of hearts and a bunch of hearts. All
Yeah, it's really hilarious to watch.
Isn't it flowers as well and stuff?
No, just
Or
hearts.
No, only hearts.
Just hearts? Okay.
Yeah, just hearts.
And what has that got to do with sirens?
Well, because they were earned on the actually that Valentine's event. You know, the actual
The Valentine Breed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, same with the rogue crew. That's the pink, or not rogue crew. I'm sorry, the skin that's pink. You know,
yeah.
It goes with the theme. So yeah, you just
right. So in other words, I can just scrap them.
No, it's a great crew. It's just not something you're going to expect to see. Is a circle of hearts.
Okay.
When you go to take on your enemy.
Right.
I'm not sure that crew is going to see a whole lot of use for the near future, though. It's more like designed, in my opinion, for an EVP hitting with a blitz fleet. And right now
people are using it fleet on fleet.
I mean, I guess you could, but I honestly don't.
I'm sitting on mine because I see these being a benefit in the next skirmish raid cycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I don't see a whole lot of fleet versus fleet going on anytime I'm out on that. So, I mean, I guess it could be good in that, but I think it'll be really good for a base blitzer fleet. There's just not one at the moment because if you try blitzing through stuff right now, you usually die.
So we're assault next, right? Aren't we?
Yep.
Okay. So
I guess
they're gonna block my getting grease monkeys and demo crews for 3 months. Yeah, I don't know if I'm really going to be that excited about that.
I'm looking forward to scrapping my manticores. I hated that fleet.
I agree with that. That'll be the best thing about that cycle is be scrapping manticores.
Yep.
Ooh, careful with that scrapping button.
Yeah, no, I'd never really felt
It's sure to be a base race with manticores in it.
Well, that'll just give me one less chore to do, and I'm fine with that.
Very good.
Yeah, we got all
right,
this going on, and then we've got the FM change dropping here soon too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm not like I don't know how much of the FM feedback that they've taken into consideration because I haven't really heard them say anything at all about the FM anymore. So I'm wondering if they might be rethinking that somewhat.
I would hope so.
They sobered up.
Well, given the communication standard of these last two, I would think that they're just going to drop it whenever the fuck they feel like it.
Right? Next Friday. Next
Too.
Friday at 4.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
next Friday at 4. Ching, ching. See you on Monday, fellas.
that's right.
Yeah.
When they're going out for cocktails.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
Well, they better invite me to go for cocktails then. I'm gonna have to be nice and drunk to do those targets.
that's just some bitch shit though. Whenever they post that shit at like right before they walk out the door, and then they're like, "Okay, see you gone for the weekend."
Yeah.
From the Discord server, there was a bit of rumors about from Chris, CM Chris, about the prizes in the bounty. He says he believes it's a heavy turret along with some other tech items and some of these upgrade kits, but there is no new hull that he is aware of.
Correct.
Now, when he
Cool.
said heavy turret, did he mean like the base or an actual turret?
Yes.
Said turret.
Yes, and no, and who knows?
It's gonna be It's gonna be a new weapon for our new Transformers.
I hope it's a new weapon.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm saying. Are we going to get Transformers to go with it? Is what I'm asking.
You didn't go into any further clarification that what Cuttlefish just exactly almost was word for word.
It's the only weapon that can kill the concussive breacher. That's it.
But it was that brief on what he said was comment. You know.
Now, the breacher before we got an upgrade to another PvP ship. The breacher lasted for 3 months. It originally showed up November 21st, and we didn't see the basilisk until the last thing. So it lasted 3 months. So I don't expect to see another Conqueror hull for quite a while.
3 months, probably.
Yeah, and I like this release schedule for Conqueror hulls. I've got my breachers I've got almost done. They'll be done for the bounty. I'll have 5 for the bounty. And that's without coin. I like the release schedule of these tier 8 PvP ships.
Well, and here's something I brought up on Discord the other day, and this is a big tinfoil hat moment of mine, and I'll freely admit that out loud. I'm like, I wonder if they're not even going to give us new hulls anymore. They're just going to be like, oh, here's an upgrade kit to make your hull do this new thing. So you're not even going to get a new hull. You're just going to get the ability to get more use out of your current hull. You know what I mean?
That's possible.
Well, that would be
like
good.
that in
That'd
a
be a
way.
good thing.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing.
I'll be honest. If they did something like that with the PvP stuff, I'd be down with that. You know, if I could then make my breacher either a corrosive, a ballistic, or a concussive, or a missile, or a this or that, I'd be okay with the whole upgrade thing at that point because I don't have to spend that 16 days building a whole new freaking ship.
Right.
Remember way back, Shane used to say the thing, you know, give me a different bridge for every hull, makes it a different type.
Right.
You know, that's basically the same thing without the bridge, and that would be a good thing. That would be awesome.
But that leads me to believe that probably won't be the case because it would be a good thing, and it wouldn't put pressure on your shipyard and force you to coin.
Well, you'd have the PvE hulls that they seem to be forthcoming in huge numbers. So, you know, who knows?
Can you take me off present, Damnation?
Why are you suddenly stage fright?
I'm tired of looking at me.
Aww.
Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye and good luck to everyone.
All right.
And I did want to say it's really good seeing a really active chat. So thanks everyone for that. It was really good to see.
And don't be logging off yet, people in chat, because we're probably going to go on for a couple more minutes, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's just me going. So I will see you all later. And thanks everyone.
Adios.
I'll probably catch up with you in a couple hours, I would imagine.
We'll see.
Okay. All right, later.
See ya.
Have a good one.
All right, so what else do you guys want to talk about?
Oh, God. They can hand me my pocketbook back.
No, actually, I think we covered what I was interested in covering. I'm a little DLC'd out. I'm a little overwhelmed with the amount of PvE fun that's scheduled for me. So, but my game's going okay. I'm not sure what's everybody working on in their shipyards. How about that? I do want to know: are people building the Shrike fleet?
I actually canceled mine.
Okay.
Nope. No, I'm not
Nope.
building. I'm not building the Shrike. Not enough time.
building it, but it's very slow.
Okay. You
I've
are.
got one done. I canceled the lead.
Okay, but you have one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Toxic
I'm
and you?
not building any. I'm building a basilisk right now.
Yeah, I've got an empty shipyard. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. Mine just came empty right now. That's why I'm at. That's why it was a topic for me to discuss because my basic shipyard is open, but I'm really not interested in starting a Shrike fleet at this point. I have a few tokens, so what, like 5 possibly, or whatever that is. Maybe I guess it's 10. I'm not sure, but it's not enough to build a fleet or anything. And I don't think I have any really interest at this point to start a PvP this late in the game because I'm gonna need to begin a new host or a new raid cycle soon, right? I mean, correct?
Yeah, in a month. Yeah.
Okay, so
This is if you're not
catch up.
right. If you're not building the Shrikes, my entire alliance, we blew off the Shrikes so we could finish out the Eradicators. We're a PvE grinder guild, so light on coin. So we're not building the Shrikes at all. And instead, this month is light for us because we saved a lot of time not by not building the Shrikes. And so now we have some free time to yank Lord Explosive Mount off of our dragons or make any of the alterations to the other ships, or even dual build Conqueror hulls at the moment. This is a good time for some of my players that need time to catch up, and for us to get caught up on some refits. I know, it's very weird, Rick. I know. But, yeah, I don't plan to build the Shrikes. There's just no time. And besides, the Eradicators are doing great. They do Eradicator token. They do Eradicator targets. I can't even tell which targets are Shrike targets. So
They're the same thing.
Yeah. See,
It's
so
just a strike target instead of sending one ship, and you just select 2 ships to go in.
It'll be interesting to see if that holds true for the last raid of the cycle, though.
It did last raid.
Yeah, but you're comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah.
my big question of the next raid is: will the 100 be there?
I doubt it.
Because I killed like 80 of those stupid things. I farmed up enough of those stun guns to outfit my entire raid fleet with stun guns. So, oh yeah, PvE grinder, man. I was there for, days.
Well, I didn't have the time to do it, so I did what I did. I mean, I got my billion points.
The entire leaderboard was filled with billionaires.
Yeah, I was 91st.
The
I was
entire.
so
She did
pissed.
do it. She did it. Yeah, I watched. I saw that looked up your score. You did really well.
Yeah. You're in the same world as me. You saw how I was doing.
Yep.
Why?
I got
I
200.
prep.
you need
I
that
do
many
so much for
prizes?
myself that I prep. It's like I do mine, and then whoever needs help, I help. Then after that, I turn around. I just get the points from killing what I kill. So it's not intentional that I do it. It's helping others.
I got 200 million, and I said, "Yeah, I'm done."
I went ahead and went to 300 million just to get the legendary crew.
I mean, I think it was 4 of the silver and 2 of the gold.
Yeah. See, I went to 300 and I got 4 of the silver and 1 of the gold. So
I tell you what's great though, Cuddle, is like I just saw what you said in chat about doing it with the flag alone and 4 ships in the corner. I'm really glad to see my tip from last raid was able to hold true for this last raid as well.
Oh yes, man. I ran my entire alliance on that for my people that were. I watched your stuff. I turned to my alliance and said, "Everybody, focus your build on getting the brutal to 100%." And we'll, by the final raid, you have to have a full fleet, everything 100%. But for the last raid, you only needed the flagship with 4 idiot corners in the 4 idiot ships in the corner.
Yeah.
And you could grind the 100s, quite a lot of them.
I mean,
So-
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Stuff like being able to do that kind of stuff for people is really the only thing that still keeps me playing this game. It's like I like helping people on a large scale like that.
Yeah, I've always been really known to prep. I just brought in one of my friends into cast just earlier this week. Got him. He came over, but I've been working on him for about a month now.
Nice.
But he's also another major prepper, and he was also former TBSR.
I'm basically here just for all the hot chicks.
I am so sick of people freaking writing me freaking notes, hitting on me. They see the back of my hair. I have to change my freaking profile pic. I really do.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else game related we want to go on about?
Well, when Cuddle just mentioned that he had the 4 hulls in the corner and the one and the lead ship doing the target. Now, I had 1 hull in the corner and I had 4 ships doing the target, and I could not keep the bastards together. It was impossible to do. And all it was that that 1 ship in the corner was for some reason not letting the other ships stay together. They were taking different turns. One was going left, one was going right, and then they're coming back together. And I had all sorts of trouble. Once I've used the 5th ship and did the target with all 5 and not had 1 in a corner, it was a totally different game. They stuck together like glue, like they were pinned together. You couldn't get them apart. So just a reminder that if you use more than 1 to fight, you may have the same problem that you can't keep the ships together. And if that happens, then the reason is that you have got ships parked in a corner, and for some reason, the game doesn't like that.
I've had no issues with that. I mean, the lead would be a little bit ahead than when I would send the 2nd ship in and be right behind it. And they would actually, the 2 ships would group together.
May I ask what type of engine you have on your ship?
I have the ballistic.
I've got the radioactive resistors on all of them. And I think it was it last week's round table donation when we did it live? Yeah. And you just couldn't, they just wouldn't stay together. So, and once I put the 5th ship, once I put the proper weapons on it and let it run with the others, it was gone. There was you couldn't get them apart, like I said. So just thought I'd mention that if anyone had these problems and didn't see last Saturday's show, that fixed it by having all the ships fighting rather than 1 in a corner.
Cool. All right. Any last minute things? Toxic, you got anything else? You're always good for like several last minute things, so I'll start with you.
I could do one. These
hang on just 1 second. Dr. Death, you gotta go. Take it easy, buddy.
Yep, y'all have a good one.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, Aaron, it's good to see you.
Boy, that was quick. He said he had to go. He had to go.
Didn't muck around, eh?
Oh no.
Yeah, these kits that we're gonna get for the to upgrade our hulls. We get them. Do we know how we get them? Do we get a TLC? Do they come when
They
we
said
hit
they're going to be.
SSRBs?
They said they're going to be available in various events. That's all we know. So they're probably going to be in raids and maybe TLCs, bounty. I know we're going to get some in this first bounty. That's where we're first going to see them.
Okay.
You know, maybe the monthly holiday event. You know, we might see them. I don't know.
Oh, I hope there's no more monthly holiday events. I'm so sick of
And
those.
when we do refit these hulls, is there just you put it in the shipyard, apply your kit, and then that hull is totally refitted, or is there several stages to it like there used to be?
We don't know.
We don't know. Okay.
We don't know.
That's all I have.
Although that would make more sense as why they said kits plural. You know, you do the one kit and then you get to 12% concussive range, and then you do the other kit and you get to 85% concussive damage, and then you do the last kit and you get whatever the hell the last thing was.
Yeah, well, that's all I got.
Because that's kind of how it was in Retrofit and Founder. You would like increase by stages for each thing. So, all right, Cuddle, you got anything else?
No, I'm just everybody get ready for the bounty coming soon, and an extra day of bounty. So save up your uranium so you can max out your OP level right off the bat. 4 days of even sitting in your base, you know, letting your base be farmed, you should be able to walk away with one of the top prizes, regardless of whether you hit anybody, have any base defense, or, you know, have any turrets at all.
Well, we'll see how it goes and see how outrageous the prizes are this time.
Simba, you got anything?
No.
Okay, that was short.
I pretty much said my peace of mind.
Kill switch. What? You there, Kill Switch? You got anything, bud?
Yeah. What do y'all think about them new radium targets?
I actually haven't tried them.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't hit any. I always hit SSRBs whenever I need them.
Same. I only do SSRBs now. My bat rays do them easily on auto for like 11 to 20 minutes of damage, so why would I try any other targets?
Have you tried them yourself?
Yeah, I did try one of the lower ones. And I thought, for me, I took like 15 minutes on one of the lower targets, and for me, and I said, forget this.
Okay.
What did you use?
Bat race.
Have you tried an SSRB?
Yes, I have, and I can do them pretty cheap.
And how was the damage comparatively?
Well, on the SRBs, I can do like pretty much like 8 minutes per ship or something like that.
Right. Okay.
So
you think it's a lot higher damage than the SSRB?
Yeah, for me it was. So. I always like to test the targets anyway. So
sure, I understand. I was gonna, I'll probably hit one at some point myself, just to see.
You know, I used to like to test all the targets, and then there's been times where like my curiosity cost me like 9 hours of damage, and I was like, yeah, fuck that. Nowadays, I just stick with the shit I know.
Very true. What do y'all think the SRBs will change?
I sure hope not.
Bite your tongue. You should not have even said that because now somebody will hear it.
Considering the fact that they still haven't put in the titanium wing for the Proto Apollos into the SSRB, I would be surprised if they tinker with the SSRB anytime soon. I mean, Proto Apollos have been out now for what, 2.5, 3 months, and we still don't have a target for them?
Well, sure
Nope.
Neat.
Sure you do. You have a target for them. All those titanium targets that are out on the map.
But my Skyfires do them great.
I'm talking about the newer ones. Yeah, your Skyfires aren't going to do those so well.
Damn it.
But Ross, did you have anything else?
No, not really. I mean, I didn't. We touched on everything I was interested in. I'm concerned on Monday, the changes moving forward that
Tuesday,
sorry. Yeah. Well, you know, after the update, well, we're going to, and I don't even know if the game will be working, you know what I mean? So we're just going to have to hold our breaths and wait to see.
might be a fun-filled day of painting fishing lures.
It could be, you know, and I plan usually on the day of the updates, big updates. I don't try to get myself worked up. I get messages from people, you know, 10 minutes after the updates been back released saying, oh, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. I'm like, you know what are we, year 7 of this? No kidding, it doesn't work. Relax. Don't plan on it to work anymore on this exact minute, and don't kill yourself, you know? So that's what I kind of do. And I'm going to kind of do these releases the same way. I'm going to take a chill pill, and I'm not going to get too worked up, and I'm going to hope for the best.
Cool. Sounds good. Toxic will hit you one last time.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, well.
You sure?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess that wraps it up tonight. Thanks, guys, for coming out and hanging out with us. We almost went for 2 hours tonight, so it was a pretty long show. Thanks for sticking with us for the whole time. As always, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you haven't already sent your friends to the page, shame on you. You need to do so now. And we will talk to you Thursday, where we will talk some more about this whole upgrade, I would assume, and we'll talk about bounty. And we'll see kind of what more details, exactly what's going on with the whole upgrades and what's going on. And yeah, it could be an interesting show. But anyway, we'll talk to you then. Take it easy, guys. And I'll put the link in the Hangout link in the chat for anybody who wants to jump on for an after show. Night.
Good night, all.
Hooray.
Good night.